The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, July 9, 2023. The response of Russian state-approved media to the Wagner Group mutiny on June 24, 2023, can be observed through three distinct phases. Initially caught off guard and unprepared, media outlets were undoubtedly surprised by the mutiny, resulting in their failure to address the situation adequately. Russian TV continued its regular programming without acknowledging the unfolding events. Once the insurrection was successfully diffused, Russian state outlets embarked on a mission to correct claims that portrayed security forces as passive. They actively promoted narratives that painted President Vladimir Putin as the triumphant leader who skillfully thwarted the insurrection while ensuring minimal bloodshed. The overarching goal was to foster national unity and rally support behind the president. Nearly a week later, the state shifted its focus and began downplaying the significance of Wagner owner Yevgeny Prigozhin and the mutiny itself. Concurrently, efforts were made to tarnish Prigozhin's character, aiming to diminish his role in the incident and divert attention away from the mutiny. The Wagner Telegram channels, predominantly associated with the mutiny, have noticeably fallen silent, strongly indicating state intervention in silencing their activities. In contrast, President Putin has engaged in unusually prominent public engagements, undoubtedly with the intention of projecting strength and authority. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. According to recent reports, Ukrainian forces displayed their resilience and effectiveness by executing counter-offensive operations across multiple sectors of the front on July 9. Colonel General Alexander Syrsky, the Ukrainian Ground Forces commander, confirmed the successful advancement of Ukrainian forces in the Bakhmut direction, showcasing their tactical prowess. Furthermore, Ukrainian officials provided updates on ongoing counter-offensive operations in the Berdyansk and Melitopol directions, underscoring the determination of Ukrainian forces to regain control and protect their territories. In contrast, the Russian Ministry of Defense and Kremlin-affiliated military bloggers alleged that Ukrainian forces launched attacks in western Zaporizhia Oblast. A Russian military blogger claimed that Ukrainian forces were employing small groups to carry out targeted assaults on Russian positions, including rear positions, warehouses, and infrastructure. These claims highlight the intensity of the conflict and the varied tactics employed by the parties involved. Ukrainian military officials reiterated their commitment to safeguarding the region by stating that Ukrainian forces are actively engaged in interdiction campaigns in southern and eastern Ukraine. This reaffirms the ongoing efforts of Ukrainian forces to maintain security and stability in these areas. These developments illustrate the dynamic nature of the conflict and the determination of Ukrainian forces to counter the aggression while protecting their territories. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. The Wall Street Journal reported that Ukrainian forces have adopted a deliberate approach, aiming to weaken Russian defenses before reclaiming territory, even if it means a slower pace of advance. This strategy reflects their commitment to minimizing casualties and maximizing the effectiveness of their operations. U.S. President Joe Biden emphasized that Ukraine's potential NATO membership hinges upon the resolution of Russia's ongoing aggression in Ukraine. This statement underscores the importance of resolving the conflict before discussing Ukraine's integration into the alliance. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov engaged in discussions with his Turkish counterpart, Hakan Fidan, regarding Turkey's decision to release 5 Ukrainian commanders involved in the defense of the Azovstal metallurgical combine in Mariupol, Donetsk Oblast. The Russian ultranationalist community criticized the Kremlin for relying on Turkey to honor the agreement and for allowing the presence of Azovstal defenders on Turkish soil. Former Russian officer Igor Girkin, known for his nationalist views, alleged that the Russian Federal Security Services Service for the Protection of the Constitutional Order deliberately censors his activities, raising questions about freedom of expression within Russia. According to Central African Republic presidential spokesperson Albert Yiloke Mapem, the departure of Wagner Group personnel from the country is part of routine rotations rather than a complete withdrawal. On July 9, an image purportedly depicting the Wagner Group's founding charter was leaked, potentially aiming to present the group as a professional organization. This leak raises questions about the nature and operations of the Wagner Group. Russian President Vladimir Putin's decision not to swiftly disband the Wagner Group or prosecute the participants in the rebellion is generating unease within his own ranks, putting him and his subordinates in a delicate position. Russian forces conducted limited ground attacks north of Svatov and south of Kreminna, while Ukrainian and Russian forces continued counter-offensive operations in the Bakhmut area. ground attacks persisted along the Avdiivka-Donetsk city line, with Russian forces making advancements as of July 9. Ukrainian forces maintained their advance in the administrative border area between Donetsk and Zaporizhia oblasts, while also conducting counter-offensive operations in western Zaporizhia Oblast. Russian forces reportedly resumed occupying previously flooded positions on the southern bank of the Dnipro River in Kherson Oblast. Russian sources accused Ukrainian forces of targeting the Kerch Strait Bridge, adding to the ongoing tensions in the region. The Russian Ministry of Defense allegedly accepted Wagner Group mercenaries for contractual service within the Russian military in Molchino, Krasnodar Krai. This development suggests the incorporation of Wagner Group members into official Russian military structures.